So let me talk to the parents. The parents that deliberately move their kids out of the inner cities, quote unquote inner cities, where the schools are predominantly black, and they move them out into the suburban areas for better schooling. It happens all the time, but it also is a risk. It is a gamble. This is a parent. This is coming from a parent. I didn't do that on purpose. It was a housing opportunity, and I took it. You know, I was living elsewhere, and this was just a better situation, and I also start working out there, and it's just everything was better, and it's very convenient where I live for everything from when she was two, when we moved out there, to everything. I mean, from the grocery store to the daycare, with all within walking. It's just everything was convenient, and so that's why I left. Now, um, I did not have an issue with my daughter being in this particular school district. Now is a lot more diverse. Now it's a lot more people of color that is coming into the town, which I love. I like is everything. Um, but I didn't have no problem. I got a lot of support, a lot of help. Neighbors nice, school, and all of the things that they offered throughout her school, and she's in high school now. Wonderful, loved it, everything. However, it is a gamble because you never know how other people is raising their kids, and especially in this day and time that we are living in, it is worse, where these kids are being totally disrespectful to other students of color. Now, when my daughter was in elementary school, this is it was one day I was so scared, and she asked me. She said, "Mommy, can I wear my real hair?" And my daughter has a lot of hair. I usually keep it in braids, but this particular time she didn't want any braids. She didn't want any ponytails. She wanted to wear her hair in her natural fro. So I did. I made sure it was greased, it was right, everything. I put a little one of her little um, bowls and stuff in there. I was so scared to send my daughter to school, y'all. I was so scared because I thought that somebody was going to try to make fun of her because of her hair. And we know the fight that black women go through even now for the natural state of their hair. And I definitely taught her not allow people to touch your hair, because I get that a lot with my natural hair. I get that with I have braids in my hair from YT women. I don't know why. It's just it is what it is. And when she came home, I thought I was so nervous. I was just like, how did school go? Did somebody try to touch your hair? She was like, no, mommy, nobody tried to touch my hair. Did anybody try to make fun of you and make fun of your hair? And she was like, no, everybody was all very interested. I just made sure I told them not to touch my hair. But everybody was like, oh my gosh, your hair is so pretty. Your hair is so big. So again, it's not like she was being bullied, and it takes a lot to get my daughter really riled up for anything. She even snap on you really nicely, and that's what she would do. She put her hand on her chest, but I was so scared. I was so scared simply because of that. But it's not all that it's cracked up to be, to put your kid in these particular school districts. It's very scary. It's very nerve wracking because you just don't know. And we have to rethink that. And we have to rethink how we think about our schools in the district, when we need to put as much resources and money and time, energy, and effort into them schools that are predominantly black. Now, this I even went to a school that was predominantly white as well, but again, I never had no issue. I was friends with all everybody. That was I'm a millennial, so we was friends with everybody. Um, the story of the cop that I put on here who pulled me over, high school friend, was white. It's just I got along with everybody. Everybody got along with me. It wasn't an issue, but now it is an issue, and I don't know how or if that's ever going to be fixed. So just be mindful of that if you plan on moving out to the suburbs and putting your child in a predominantly white school. It's not everything that's cracked up to be.